This is the demonstration video for assignment 2 and goes from pages 15 through 22 of the textbook. It covers the introduction to assignment 2 on page 15 and exercises 9 through 15 on pages 16 through 22. The topics include cut, copy, paste, more enhancements of sub and superscripts, different word windows, that is, moving between different word windows, and multiple saves. With this assignment, please follow the general information and exercise instructions very carefully. You will be making screen copies of several exercises, and then working on the screen copies, you will be making changes. Do not confuse the pages or exercises. Exercise 9 will be on page 1. Exercise 10 on page 2 will be a copy of exercise 9. It is on page 2 that you will be making the changes. The same thing applies to exercise 11 and 12. Type exercise 11, make a copy, put it on the next page, and make the changes of exercise 12 on the copied page. For exercises 13 and 14, there is a slight change. You still will be working with a screen copy, but for exercise 14, you will be creating a new document, pasting exercise 13 on page 1 of the new document, and then make changes. At the end, you will have two separate documents, each with a separate file name. Be careful that you are saving two separate and distinct documents. Do not overwrite one over the other. Go ahead and type exercise 9. I'm going to be blocking and retrieving a previous copy that I already have done. But your copy should look somewhat like my screen. And this is a copy function. You can take a look at it as I'm working with it. Copy up here in the ribbon bar. I'm going to put it into a blank screen. And remember, you will be typing this one, and then I will be pasting it. Don't forget to put in the underlining of the items, and don't forget again to put in the Control Enter for the page break. Once you have done that, go back up to the top of that page, block the entire page, and you might want to turn on the show and hide so that you also block the page break. Copy or Control C. Go to the next page, which you will have because you have a page break. Place your cursor in page 2 and then go ahead and paste. Now it looks like you have nothing up on the screen, but if you take a look at your print preview, you will see that you have two pages, two identical pages. It is on this second page that you will be making your changes. If you take a look at exercise 10, it will now give you the changes for page 2. Make sure you're on page 2, not page 1. Alright, what we want to do for this particular exercise, exercise 10, is take this particular line here and move it down under step 2, and take step 2 and move it up to step 1. So the best thing to do is to go ahead and block that particular paragraph. Notice I have the show and hide on. Do a cut or Control X. Notice that it is gone from that. Put it down in step 2, put your cursor down in step 2, and go ahead and paste it. You now have two items there. We need to block the item that goes above into step 1. Cut it or move it. Now notice where I'm going to place the cursor. You might want to place the cursor there, but it'll go in front of it. You can't place it in between, so you'll need to place it right here in front of step number 2 and go ahead and place. Go ahead and do the paste. The same thing happens down at the bottom. You want to block the text that's under step 3. Cut it. Bring it down to step 4 and then paste it. Then take what was in step 4, cut it, bring it right out here to step 4, and then paste it, and you're finished with your exercise number 10. Since you copied a page break, you should have a blank third page waiting for you, and looking down here in the status bar you could see that it is a page 3. Go ahead and type page 3. As I said, I've already done it, so I'm going to go ahead and copy it from my copy and going ahead and pasting it. You didn't see the cursor movements there because I used the Control C and the Control V for copy and paste. Alright, to make sure that you've got all of this, put in a page break at the end, Control Enter. You now have a blank page 4. Before you do the copy, you need to put in your sub and your superscripts. Notice that I've already typed in the numbers that represent either sub or superscripts. I would recommend that you would do that first and then do the indication of the sub or superscript later. After you've done it, go ahead and block the number that you wish to either sub or superscript. Go into font, go into either a sub or a superscript under effects. Super is above, sub is below. So the 10.2, it would be a superscript, then do an OK, and then you can see it where it is here. Then down at the bottom here, the CH2s, that would be a subscript. So we want to indicate sub, block the next one, and again indicate sub, and then the last two. Be careful how you block it, that you're only blocking what you need to do. And there is the last one here. Here's another one down here, and that happens to be a subscript. If you go down further, these two items down here are superscripts. Careful to block, don't block the spaces. That's why you have the show and hide on, so it helps you to block only what is necessary. The item 9 would be a superscript, and you're done. Now we're doing this because you want to make an identical copy to place on the next page, and you need the sub and superscripts indication on the next page also. So once you've done that, go ahead, bring it to the top of that page, block all the way down, and in this case I'm using my mouse cursor. Notice I've blocked the page break. I'm going to use a copy, go to my blank next page, which is 4, place my cursor there, and then go ahead and paste it. And you want to make sure by simply doing a print preview and go to 2 pages and go to previous, so you have 2 identical. This is page 3, this is page 4. Alright, make sure that you are on page 4 to make your changes. Place your cursor in there and you are on page 4 to make your changes. Alright, the changes simply says, if you read down, it says in keyboarding, and there's a paragraph symbol there, so place your cursor right where the I is and just simply touch the enter key once and you have a paragraph. Then it says to combine the second and the third paragraph. Well, this is your second paragraph, this is your third. Just place your cursor at the character symbol, touch your delete key, and now you have it combined, but you also have to put in 2 spaces to separate the sentences. Then the next thing it wants you to do is to move the paragraphs around. So I'm going to block this particular paragraph, cut it, bring it down in front of the page break, and then paste it. And now you have it done. This becomes a very easy type of an exercise to do, provided you watch what you're doing very, very carefully and you got your show and hide on. You could do it without the show and hide, but it makes it a little more difficult to take a look at. Okay, going to the next page, place your cursor on 5. Now that would be exercise, let's see, 13. And again, I've already typed it. So go ahead and type exercise 13. And I'm going to copy it and put it on my screen here. Okay, and you have it there. Yours should look similar to this. And again, don't forget to put your page break in. Okay, once you've got it there, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to place this particular copy on another document. So once you've got it typed and your page break got there, go ahead and block everything, including the page break. Do a copy. Go to a new document. There are two ways to go to a new document. You can go to the Office button and click on New, or you can go Control plus the letter N for New. Let's do it at the Office button. Click on New. It says, do we want a new blank document? Yes, we want to create it. And it gets you, eventually, a new blank document, and you can go ahead and paste it. So what you have in this new blank document is just that single exercise. Once you've got that single exercise there, you can go ahead and move the paragraph as indicated. So let's see it. Do it here. Cut it. Place your cursor down right there at the page break and paste it, and you have it done. Since this is a separate document from the previous one, we need to give it a different name. So File, Save As. Make sure you've selected the right place that you want to save it to, and in my case I want to select it as in my USB drive, and I want to call this ASSI assignment number, let's see what it is, 2.2, representing the second document, exercise 2. I want to save it. Verify that you have 2.2, then go ahead and close it. File, close. It should bring up the other document you were working with, which should have 5 pages, and verify you have 5 pages. Go ahead and just scroll down very slowly. You can see you have 3, 4, and 5, all different. And in this case, you want to do File, Save As, and again get rid of what's in that screen and the file name, and this time it is assignment 2.1. And that's it. This is the end of assignment number 2 and the end of the video demonstration.